Let's go to Matthew in Illinois. Matthew, you're on the air.
Hi, Alex. Big-time listener. Love your show. Just want to let you know. I have a couple questions, if you don't mind me asking.
Sure, launch them.
Well, I'm a 21-year-old kid, college student. So
you're not a kid. You're a man. They teach you you're a kid till you're 30 now.
Oh, really? Well, I'm still young. But I just want to know, as far as this whole crisis is going, I watched the video that you provided, Fall of America, and it was a real eye-opener to me. And I guess what I want to know is, because he said that, you have to subscribe to it, I want to know, do you think if this is, or anybody else, worth investing into his tips that he had, like invest in the Gold Bible, the Silver Secret?
Well, listen, Stansberry Research has a great track record of predictions and analysis. That's a sponsor, endofamerica3.com, but I wouldn't have taken the sponsor if I didn't overwhelmingly, agree with their analysis. It doesn't mean I've read all their thousands of newsletters and agree with every single pick that his 20-plus researchers come out with. You make your own decisions. More information is better, but that's my bottom line there.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to get your personal opinion on that. And also, as far as, where this potassium iodide, I just want to know where I can get it and what else me and my family can do to take steps to...
All right, thank you, Matthew. Yeah, the medical-grade potassium iodine is pretty much sold out everywhere. And then people say, well, if you take the natural drops from kelp or barley or dulse or alfalfa, that isn't going to protect you. But from my research, sure, you've got the mega dose, which can actually make you sick, and I'm not giving medical advice here. Figure it out for yourself. But for me personally, if you just take a little more than the regular allowance of it, that also fills it so it doesn't absorb as much. It's just the medical grade kind of overkills. Mike Adams, you've studied this in depth.
Well, this gets to the issue of these ongoing nutritional deficiencies that are always impacting America and other nations. If people weren't so deficient in iodine, like they are in vitamin D and magnesium and other nutrients, then this wouldn't be such a big issue because you would already have more iodine in your thyroid. And by the way, iodine is transported in your body to specific tissues, breast tissues and prostate tissues, in addition to your thyroid. And that's why this radiation, and if radioactive iodine is carried through dust and through wind into America, and if people come into contact with it, you're going to see increased rates of breast cancer and prostate cancer. And I don't see the main...
The U.S. government detonated, we learned, over 300, other countries around 200, so it's 500 plus. Why do you think since the 50s cancer went way up? I mean, it's a no-brainer.
It's certainly one of the reasons. I mean, obviously there's hormones in the milk.
It's a cocktail.
Right. There's so much contamination right now, even before this incident in Japan. Now, this could make it worse. But if people had better nutrition from the get-go, more iodine, more trace minerals, more fresh produce in their diets to begin with. And I'm not saying you can't eat meat or you can't do this and that. I'm just saying get more superfood nutrition.
But I mean, having regular iodine to a great extent will already protect you, not the superdose.
That's exactly right. And by the way, there are many cooked foods. There are many sources of healthy free-range meat, for example, that can actually provide some levels of iodine.
What's good?
In terms of getting iodine?
Give us a cocktail of things that have good natural iodine.
Well, the seaweeds. Dulse is very high. In kombu is very high. I don't know if I'm pronouncing these in the...
Why is alfalfa listed?
Alfalfa is a type of plant that takes in a lot of trace minerals from the soil, just like grasses. If you juice wheatgrass, for example, if that wheatgrass is grown in soil that's high in iodine, then you'll get the iodine in the wheatgrass juice. But if you grow your wheatgrass in soil that lacks iodine, because it's been over-farmed or, agriculturally abused, then you won't get the iodine or the magnesium or the selenium or these other trace minerals that your body needs. And a lot of this will come down to nutrition if we get exposed in North America. So there are many things that can help protect against cancer. Iodine it's not like sunscreen versus a nuke. It's not going to stop cancer through your whole body. It only really protects your glandular system. There are other systems that can be affected and that can get cancer.
What are some of the other things? We had a pharmacist on, he was saying the same thing. What are some other things that protect other systems?
Well, selenium is a trace mineral that protects against cancer. It's very well known for that. Zinc has an anti-cancer effect. Omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin D. There's research out there that shows that vitamin D can help prevent 4 out of 5 cancers of all types. Colon cancer, leukemia, brain tumors, you name it. And virtually all Americans, virtually everyone, is deficient in vitamin D, and the U.S. government set the levels artificially low.
Let's jam in one more call. Kent in Ohio, go ahead, you're on the air.
Hi, this is Kent from Cincinnati.
Hey, buddy.
I've got a degree from Purdue University in applied physics, specializing in scientific programming and nuclear engineering. But it's only a bachelor's degree, so I don't know as much about this topic as, PhD or something. What they say about a little bit of knowledge being dangerous. And I know that metals hold radioactivity fairly well. And we all know that breathing aluminum from chemtrails is bad. If breathing aluminum is bad, how about breathing radioactive aluminum from the chemtrails? What do you think about this radioactive stuff coming over to California, contaminating the chemtrails?
Well, there's all sorts of weather modification going on, so it sounds like that would actually add to it. Mike Adams?
Well, clearly, I'm not a physicist either, so I don't know what is how well aluminum picks up radiation and then emits it. However, your caller has a good point. The radiation is going to affect many systems. What's in the atmosphere, what's in the food, what's in the water, what's in the seafood.
Kent, anything else?
Yeah, just one quick thing. Paul Watson is a great writer. That article that he did at the last minute yesterday, terrific.
Yeah, the one breaking down the 60,000 fuel rods, more than that, 600,000 blown sky high. And then we're going to come back and hit other news and other points that Mike Adams is here to cover. We know about the nukes and how they're lying about that. They've been caught now red-handed. That's confirmed. Whitewashing this, our own government doing it now. We know they're lying and whitewashing. The extent is not known. But what else is going on? And I've got a big news blitz coming up with Mike Adams, and then we'll take whoever's left call-wise from this board of callers. We can't take any more after this. So Zach, Tim, Jeremy, Dave, and Josh will have to stop at those. We'll end the overdrive at the end of this hour. I will, before we end, also give you the latest big developments that are unfolding. You can obviously track what's happening at Infowars.com and PrisonPlanet.com. You can also go to Mike Adams' excellent group of sites, NaturalNews.com, chief among them. Okay, let's go to Zach in Texas, then Tim in Deutschland. Zach, you're on the air worldwide.
Alex Jones, my hero. What's up? Hey, I got a question for the health ranger.
Yes.
I got these iodoral tablets. They're 50 milligrams, which has, 30 milligrams of the potassium iodide and 20 of just elemental iodine. We started taking them,
I'm not going to give you medical advice, but let me see if I'm right. I would personally, then you need about 130 milligrams of that, they say, with the medical grade stuff, but it can make you feel bad because it overfills it. You would take 3 of those a day for about a week to fully fill up. I'm not giving medical advice. That's what the inserts on other ones say. What would you say?
Well, first of all, I would say you don't need to take any right now because there's no radiation in North America from this incident. I would wait and take a precautionary approach.
That we know of.
That we know of, right. Now, there are a lot of people out there with Geiger counters. And, even in California and Oregon. I mean, I own a Geiger counter, because I've been prepared for a long, long time, and probably you do too. So if people start getting readings on those, you can bet they're going to call in and you and I are going to hear about it. And that's the time where if you're in the path of that, you need to start really dosing up. Now, I know you got to have iodine before the radiation exposure at some level.
So take the natural nutrient supplement type.
That's what I would do. That's what I'm doing. I'm eating a lot of seaweed right now. I'm eating dried sea kelp, for example. I take a lot of seaweed as just a regular part of my diet, though, in any case. And I encourage other people to do that because it has many other benefits, too. There's so many health benefits to eating seaweed and microalgae such as
that would be dulse or kelp?
Dulse, kelp, and nori. You can go to a sushi restaurant, and just eat sushi with the seaweed wrap on it, and that's very high in iodine. Now, the iodine pills are extremely high, and because there is a risk of side effects, I don't want people to potentially be overdosing on them right now out of a fear of something that hasn't really headed our way yet. It may, but right now, I would say let's just take a look at the situation here in North America. It's different if you're in Japan, of course. That's code red emergency. But in North America right now, I would say wait and see and hold on to your pills. You may need more of them later.
All right. Hope that answers your question, Zach. Tim in Germany, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sorry. There was background noise. Yeah, I still think we're worrying still too much, or we're giving up too early about the response. We're complaining too much about the corruption and planning what pills we're going to take. think we still need to force them harder or push them harder on what they do on the reactors.
I know, but they got 50 people working in there on a suicide mission. ABC News reports that the Japanese may even pull them out. So I don't think we're being defeatist. We were being honest about how bad the crisis was on Friday, Saturday, and being criticized for it. And now we've been proven correct.
Right. There's one plug I want to make for a web page. It's jltt.de. There's a single-page article on there. I think the Japanese still have a couple of options. They failed badly with the helicopters now because they started it way too late. But I think they should use, they produced one thing that's still, or one of the few things that is still produced in America is good fire extinguishing equipment. And there's some strong industrial-grade fire extinguishing gears. They can pump like 6,000 gallons a minute. And I think they should really mount them on the.
Well, yeah. Where's the U.S. military? They're swarming that area with firefighting equipment. But the radiation is so high, sir, that they've pulled out. So I thought our military's there to fight and die to protect us. And you sign on to this. Well, get in there, warriors. Be like the Japanese. Go, go, go. Let's see it. What do you think of that statement, Tim?
Well, I don't want to see the people suffering and dying, not the Japanese and not the Americans. Because
well, if they don't shut this down, more are going to. So we got it's like in an ant hill. You got the warrior ants. I don't see the warrior ants in there.
But the link is jltt.de. Have some people read over it.
Yeah, we'll check it. I appreciate your call from Germany. Good to hear from you. We'll come back and get your take on that. Or go ahead and start. We got 30 seconds.
When you sign up for the military, you are essentially agreeing to give your life for the protection of your countrymen and women. And they may be called on to do that right now. And that is a sacrifice that a nation may demand that people make. It's that serious.
Well, yeah, the radiation's coming our way. Get in there, tough guys. Let's go.